So Dr. Wolf did a video today, released a video today where he talked about the news that dropped for My Little Pony: A New Generation going into next year. He did address the fact that the movie itself has a high approval rating still on Rotten Tomatoes at 89%. That's what the critics. And that is the #1 movie for kids and families in certain parts of the world, as well as here in the U.S., as well as the #1 movie on Netflix across other parts of the world, except for the U.S., which is a good sign. When you think about it, and definitely puts a lot of momentum in the favor of New Generation. But that wasn't the only thing he talked about. He also talked about the fact that we are going to be getting 4 44-minute specials next year, as well as we're going to get a 22 episode first season, 22 to 23 episode first season for New Generation. And we also know that the people behind it is Atomic Cartoons. Now, the reason I think Atomic Cartoons are behind it, if you've seen what they've done for Disney Junior and the Spider-Man show there and other shows as well, they're basically going to make it more of a sort of a Flash 2D animation style that is, has a little bit of CGI thrown in there for the characters, but not much. And, it's a little bit more cheaper and quicker to produce animation-wise. So it's going to be really interesting to see what we get as a result. Now, with that said, like I mentioned, he went into detail that this is all taking place next year, not at the end of this year, which we originally thought, nor in the spring when it comes to the series debuting, but next year. Now, he did acknowledge that this comes from an Italian news website, and basically that even though it comes from that, it does correlate with what we've heard here in North America, here in the U.S. So it'll be interesting whether or not that the time and release date they have there is for them, and it's different than what we get here. We'll have to wait and see till more information comes out. But if this information is indeed true, then the first special, the follow-up special to the movie, won't be until next year in May, and the series won't be out until September. And I guess from a timeline perspective, it does give plenty of time for the studio to, get the episodes animation-wise together, make sure there's no mistakes, stuff like that. Everything just coordinated and go from there. He did mention one of the specials that's coming out next year is going to be a Christmas one as well, or Heartwarming Eve one. So that's going to be interesting on how they interpreted Heartwarming Eve in this new generation. And that's really about it. Now I know, and he didn't mention this, but there is the fact that a lot of us are hoping to get some answers as to, exactly, what happened, with friendship initially, like, where the magic of friendship, disappeared to. Like I said, he didn't mention exactly this yet, but you could definitely tell in his voice and everything that, this is going to be something that we can look forward to, because as a lot of us have been speculating, we've been wondering, exactly, how the questions that we got pretty much given to us in the movie will be answered. And again, the fact that we're not going to get any new material to possibly next year, like with the special in May and then the series in September, which again could difference between Italy and here in North America. So we'll see what happens with more information we get. But basically, the fact that we're getting this information now, this is something, like I said, a lot of us are looking forward to, because at least it gives us the opportunity to speculate and wonder exactly which area, like, is it going to be the series? More than likely it probably will be, or will be in some of the specials, like the first one, the follow-up one in May, that we will get the answers as to, because again, these are questions that they basically gave us during the movie that we want to have answered, and hopefully they will answer them. And that is basically the fact of, where did the crystals come from? Why were they created? What caused all the pony races to turn against each other, who was responsible, what happened to the other species that were aligned with them. These are questions a lot of people want answered, and hopefully, and more than likely, these 4 44-minute specials, maybe minus the Christmas one, but the other ones besides it, as well as the series, the 22 to 23 episode series, will hopefully answer those questions for us. But yeah, it definitely looks like, we're on the verge of, getting more material soon. And hopefully we'll get more information before the year is out, maybe a trailer or a teaser for the upcoming special to follow things up on, next year, unless things are different, between Italy and the U.S., but things do seem to correlate with what was reported here. So we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think about this information we got on Friendship is Magic? I mean, not Friendship is Magic, but New Generation, I should say, and what's to come next year, as far as like the episodes and, the follow-up specials and other specials, the Christmas one and all that. What are your thoughts? Do you think we'll see possibly in some of these specials and episodes to come that, we might see other parts of Equestria, like maybe we'll see Ponyville again and Canterlot, but as I theorize and speculate, maybe they might be abandoned, might be looked at as ancient ruins. Do you think we'll see descendants of some of the main characters from Friendship is Magic, or even supporting characters? What do you think? Let me know what your thoughts are about all this down below in the comment section, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Like the video, check out my Teespring store. Also check me out at BW Rose's Discussions on all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also check me out at Patreon at BW Roses on Venmo, and also check out my Venmo if you want to donate there. So until next time, guys, I am out.